Welcome to the Inner Circle, where we discuss the in and outs of popular culture, entertainment, crime, and politics. Welcome to the Inner Circle.
All right, let's go. Another edition of the Inner Circle. Welcome back. What has it been, a week?
Yeah.
A week. So,
been a week.
What you had going on this week? I think I'm the only one in here that's sober right now.
What makes you say a thing like that?
I'm the only one in here that's sober this afternoon.
It's funny you actually mentioned that because you might be right. I went to this event last week on Sunday. It's like a weed smokers event. So it's different vendors tables, different flavors, it's candies, chocolate, all types of shit. So
That was out here?
If I could say, yeah,
Oh, that's dope.
Right in Albany, you know.
All kinds of ways to get
one of those
arrested.
type of-
We not
Yeah,
get people
you know what I mean?
indicted on this show.
I live like-
Not gonna say exactly where, but I mean, you know.
So I went, you know what I'm saying? I indulged a little bit. But
What'd you get?
You know, I'm feeling great. I got some peanut butter breath. Ever heard of that? It's a new flavor.
It's new, yeah. I just heard. It's been going around, yeah.
That
I
shit
heard about
fucked me up.
that.
I missed the job interview this morning. Fucking with that peanut butter bread. Yo, shout out to
man.
peanut butter bread.
What a
up
job!
with you, though?
Hustlers
What you
don't
got
work
food out
jobs.
Oh yeah, you right. Damn a girl. Shout out to Feds.
So yeah, the weekend I went to Atlanta, and I went to see a friend, and
Period.
that was fun. I went to the Botanical Gardens and saw the Alice in Wonderland exhibit. That was cool.
Yo, Avita really has a life. Did you notice that?
Yo, Vita be getting flued
really
out.
has a
That's why I said
life,
period.
Yo, it's so
I went to some shit in
annoying.
Albany and smoke weed, right? She's in Atlanta.
I
getting
smoked
flued
weed in
out, all kinds
Atlanta.
of shit. That's
Period.
crazy.
We gonna find out who be fluing Vita out all over the place.
Why can't I fly myself out? Like, I ain't broke.
Nicki got it.
I hear you, sister. I ain't even mad at you. But yeah, we got a couple topics to talk about this afternoon. Well, this evening actually. So yeah, everybody that's in the live, shout out to the live. Let me look over here to the live. Nadia, what up?
Hi, live.
Nick, what up? What up? What
Nadia,
up?
what's up, Nadia?
going on?
What's up, girl?
All
Girl,
right.
right?
Yeah.
What's up, girl?
So today we're talking NBA versus NFL. The popularity has the boycotts, so on and so forth, worn off on the NBA, making it more popular, or NFL making it less popular. What do you think? Give me the grope.
I'll start this one off. You know what I mean? I'm a very big basketball fan. As many of y'all know, I used to play. I used to get crazy. I probably dunked on a lot of people watching this live.
He said
right
I used to
now.
get crazy.
Right.
But yo, I feel that honestly, I feel like the NBA took off on the NFL, and I think that whole little racist Colin Kaepernick stint has a lot to do with it. You know, I think that the big picture, the NFL was still making billions of dollars. A lot of people were still rich, but they definitely took a hit, you know, and they took a hit with the people. You know, a lot of time when you take a hit with the people, it might not affect your pocket immediately, but I definitely think the NBA took off. And to be honest, I feel like the NBA has like more pleasant characters. I feel like there's a lot of villains in the NFL. Am I lying?
As far as players or like,
Players,
Organizers.
coaches, staff guys, like there's a lot of guys that hate in the NFL. And to be honest, once you get that racist tag in 2019, it's hard.
I mean, I don't not think that the NBA doesn't have. Like,
Yeah, NBA is just as racist.
yeah,
as like,
I don't at all. But I get what you're saying. Like, they're in the limelight right now for that, so I could see how that would affect them. But how much do we really think it's affecting them, and how much do we really think people are boycotting? Like,
I don't really think people care, but I think other factors come into play when you talk NBA versus NFL. First of all, a lot of children are soft and don't really play football.
oh my God, that's so true. I
A
noticed
lot
that.
of kids don't play football like that
Yeah.
anymore. Also, that movie that Will Smith was in with the concussions and all that, I think that hurt the NFL more than anything. A lot of parents don't want their kids to play. And football's not even the same football that it was 20, 30 years ago, because I played football for a long time. A lot of the exercises we used to do, like Arizona, bull in the ring, stuff like that, you can't even do that stuff anymore. So the game's not as intense as it used to be. And I think it's just the chain effect. And it doesn't really have anything to do with Colin Kaepernick or racism somewhat, but I think it's other factors as well.
But like, I mean, honestly, I feel like there's a lot of money that's being missed out on right now in the NFL. Like the way this boycott is set up with the NFL is if you're a public figure, if you're in the limelight, if you work with them, that could be detrimental to your career.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that's turning down money because they wouldn't want to receive the flack of working with the NFL. And there's people that's working with them and getting that flack and they're losing.
If the NFL came with a big enough check, most people wouldn't care anymore. If people, Jay-Z's on the decline anyway, but if Travis Scott went or whoever's popping right now went and performed
From an
for the
outsider
NFL,
looking in, for somebody who doesn't even like watch football and stuff like that, for me it just kind of looks like they're falling apart. Because it's like nobody wants to associate with them. It's like, since when has it been hard for them to find like a halftime Super
I don't
Bowl
think it is hard for them to
artist?
find a halftime artist.
Well,
I think they
why have they had to ask so many people? I don't remember
I thought
ever
they had
hearing that
some,
like.
Selena and J-Lo was doing it. I thought it was already
Yeah,
decided.
after asking
But they
several people who
really
said
Has
no.
that been verified that they really asked these people?
They originally asked Rihanna. Rihanna turned it down. She said she stands with
Is that true? Do we know that's true?
And then
True.
didn't a
She
lot
said
of people
she
turn it
stands
down last year too?
Do we know that that's true?
What, that a lot of people turned it down?
Do we know
Why
that?
would TMZ and all these people report
What?
this stuff if it's like?
What do you mean? Why would TMZ?
Because that, what are they getting out of that? Like,
I
that's
don't even
not.
need TMZ to tell me common sense. I know this.
Right, I don't-
If I'm a celebrity, if I'm a performer, I'm gonna weigh the pros and cons. I'm looking at the
Right.
NFL right now. Not all money is good money. That's not good money right now. That's
I'm
gonna hurt your
telling you
career.
that it's probably several. If they offered it to several people, they would take that check to be
Yeah,
in that.
certain
You gotta look at somebody like Jay-Z.
Most people.
To be honest, there's not too many public figures or celebrities that has done more for people than Jay-Z. That's
What?
active right now.
How you figure?
It's not.
What has Jay-Z done that's been so significant? Because here we go, the Jehovah's Witnesses. Just where are these acts of gratitudes from
Jay-Z has been
Jay-Z?
freeing people from jail.
Who?
Jay-Z has been bringing.
Weren't
kids
they
in
freeing
Africa,
people
water, all types
that were
of-
marching and stuff?
Y'all just make up these like. What has Jay-Z done for Marcy, particular? You're from Brooklyn, right? Just give me one example of something
I
that he's
can't
done for Marcy projects.
I mean, what do you expect him to do for Marcy?
Oh, I'm asking you one. You a billionaire. It's not one thing you can do for.
These are the projects.
We can't get the
This is the
Jay-Z
New York
rec room.
City.
How do we know he
The
hasn't
Jay-Z
done
life,
anything?
That's what I'm asking.
This
What
is the New York
particular
City
thing
Housing
has
Authority.
Jay-Z
Like, what did he
done
do?
for Marcy
Can't
Project?
fix the bathrooms. in
Yo,
Marcy
where's the
projects.
Marcy
Like,
Project Sean Carter Recreation Center? Where's the Sean Carter Educational
Jay-Z has done
Center?
a lot, man. Jay-Z
What?
done a
Name
lot.
one thing.
Jay-Z.
I don't think it's
I think
fair.
there's a bunch.
Yeah, there's probably
deny it.
there probably is a lot of
I
things.
asked
that
you,
he's
What
done.
happened with the canal with Africa?
What canal?
go to
I've never
Africa
heard of no
every
canal
year.
in Africa that Jay-Z's
You know what it is?
Ah!
And now you know what's crazy? This points to another problem. We don't hear about these things.
That's
Now, when
that's
Jay-
true.
that's why
I don't think we hear
one
everything.
example
It's
of
something
something
to
Jay-Z
destroy it.
has done to significantly
I'm about
affect
to tell you
someone's
about the
life.
kids in Africa. I think it's Africa. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all.
You don't even
But he
know.
went to like a country.
Okay,
It was like a
which country?
And they
It's
didn't have
like
clean
50
water.
countries in
They didn't have
Africa.
clean water, so he went there. He got a liking for the people, and he created a canal. This was years ago. This is the
Oh
old
my
Jay-Z.
God! So
When he first got with Beyonce.
where's the
He
Sean
created a canal.
Carter Canal at right now? Just tell me where.
still active.
Weren't him and
Where's
Beyonce?
that?
Weren't him and Beyonce freeing people from the
Yeah, him and
Ferguson
Beyonce
event
did
though?
Whoa.
It is
We don't, why do we need
terrible,
to know who?
Because
It
I'm
was just-
asking for a specific example of
This is
what
the-
billionaire Jay-Z
I can't. All right. What if I said?
Right now.
What if I said freaking Steven Stevenson? Like we don't know if Steven Stevenson got freed by them or not.
We
He could have.
know this
So why?
because we know
Why do I
the
need to
things
just throw
that
names
Jay-Z
out
and
there?
Sean Carter, Jay-Z and Beyonce are very good at illustrating
It
the
was
things
people
that they
from
do.
the Ferguson rally.
I'm saying people.
Everybody
They
got
said
locked up for that.
that
They
they were
bailed
freeing
everybody
people.
out.
I'm sure there's plenty of YouTube videos of people talking about it from when it
One
happened.
specific example.
That's
of-
one specific
That's not
example.
one example.
How is it
Freed some
not?
people
Told you
in
the kids in
Ferguson.
Africa.
Who?
Yeah,
Who?
we don't need to know who.
Who?
We don't need to know who
That could all be
specifically
myth or
because it was
rumor.
several people.
Okay.
Talk to the
If
people.
it was several people, y'all can't name one of
So
them.
I don't need to name one person. I don't need to name one
person.
person.
Whenever you do right and you do the right,
Because I'm asking for receipts for what
Why are
someone
you
did.
skeptical about that? though?
Because I
There's-
don't think it's true. I
There's
think
no
If I was a billionaire and I was out here doing philanthropy, whatever. If I was being a philanthropist
Philanthropist.
person,
philanthropist.
and I was a celebrity who specializes in PR, you would definitely know.
We heard about it when it happened.
not.
Yes, we did. That's how me and Chris know, because we heard about it.
Let's see if anybody in the chat can name one specific
ask
thing that Jay-Z's done.
Look, y'all, do me a
Not
favor.
one specific-
Name one thing that Jay-Z has done, not even just for black people, for people,
Yep,
for the
in general.
world, for the country.
I want the
for
John
anyone.
Carter educational program.
Jay-Z
I
is
want
better
some
than
kind of
good.
utilities or something like that that's
always
beneficial
on
to
scene.
the
His
people.
hands is in everything.
Man, y'all be on Jay-Z's nuts like crazy.
So name
Like,
somebody that
whoa.
does more than Jay-Z. Who does more than him?
There's several people that are real activists.
Give me one specific example.
One specific example?
What?
You can
Philanthropy.
say Oprah Winfrey. I can name specific examples of things that Oprah Winfrey has done to benefit people in her former community and other people.
No,
we can name
Oprah's the
those
GOAT.
people.
Oprah's the GOAT.
Okay.
But Oprah's one of the few people that have done more than Jay-Z.
Shit,
If
the
you
baby.
Know, we not.
I know, can name something the damn baby did.
The baby gave $100 to
Yo,
a crackhead.
I'm just saying.
$1,000.
He gave $100
We
to
can
a
specifically
crackhead.
name that
It wasn't
situation.
even $150.
When have you seen
She could've
Jay-Z
even
ever do
Jordan did
that?
She could've-
When have you seen Jay-Z
Yo,
ever
Jay-Z
do anything like
You
that?
know what, yo? We're going to say this for after the show. We're going to go through the list of the things that he has done over the last 20 years.
And
'Cause
all
this is
y'all
preposterous.
Jehovah's Witnesses,
This is preposterous right now.
Jehovah's Witnesses,
Jay-Z.
please check
Yo,
in.
Hov,
not
if
fair.
you tuning in, Hov, look, man, I'm holding it down for you. Listen,
Oh, step your philanthropy up.
That's right. Crab in the bucket.
How is that
right there?
Crab in the bucket, name one specific example.
We don't have to know what he did. We don't have to know what he did to know he did anything.
JB helped people. He put Marcy on the map. True and D don't even tell
What has he done for Marcy?
He's getting big rapper all the time. He's hating on Jay. Yo, they talking.
What has Jay-Z done other than sell
talking.
drugs to Marcy?
Oh, damn, free.
He was helping the community when he was selling that crack.
NBA, NFL.
I'm
Most
just,
popular sport right now.
I don't watch sports. I wouldn't even know.
Just take a guess. You a girl. Nobody gonna pay no attention to it.
I guess and honestly, I'm gonna say the NFL
still
only
say the
because
NFL
there's so
too.
much
NFL.
stuff like surrounding it,
I'ma
which
say the
makes
NBA.
it maybe not for the best
I'm
reasons.
gonna
but-
say the
NFL is definitely a more popular sport in
The
America
NBA
than the
is more popular than the NFL. You heard it here first from Gibby the Grow. Next topic.
Okay.
All right. Next
All
topic.
right.
Next topic is
It's a good one too.
hiding your significant other from social media. Can you truly love your significant other but not want to show them off?
I want him to start it off.
Just like my man Drake said, I was hiding her from the world. I wasn't hiding the world from her.
You dirty for that.
I mean, some people aren't show off type people. So if you don't want to show off your significant other, you want to keep that to yourself. You can have a little bit of privacy in today's social media world, in my opinion. If that's what you want to do, like that's different personalities, different strokes for different folks.
I think it's subjective, but I think it's weird. I think it's weird if you never want to show off your significant other. Like, I just find that strange. Personally, I wouldn't want to be with someone who wouldn't want to, like, show me off. Like, that's just weird to me, but that's my personality. Like, you have to do that or else we're not going to work. I'm going to feel some type of way, basically. Like, if you just got me in the cut over here, you don't never want
show
nobody
him
to
off.
see.
If
Like,
that's what you into.
yeah,
Like,
I mean,
you know.
I could, but like, if you're not reciprocating, then
But
it looks sus on my end now.
So what
Now
if
I'm
he-
looking like I'm
wait a
just
minute,
showing
what if
off,
he's
dude.
not into social media. Like he don't update his Facebook page.
That's
He's not
okay,
on
but I feel
Instagram,
like
none of
once
that.
you start to date someone, and if that's what they like, you're gonna have to
You're gonna have to get on
roll
social
with the
media?
punches. Maybe not get on social media, but like you got to do something to like I don't know.
that's interesting.
But if you're on social media, because a lot of people will say like a lot of people will use that as an excuse, like I don't like social media, but really it's like they really just don't want to be outed like that. Like
You
they
really
like
want it.
people not knowing what's going on because they want to be sneaky.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I see the reasons why people want to hide their significant other.
I do too.
Coming from somebody like me, like I might not be famous yet, but I do like attract a lot of attention, and I noticed that before I was like with my girl.
Yeah.
Anytime I almost kind of went public with her. You don't even gotta say she's your girl. You just post a picture of her,
Right.
you in a video with her. If somebody see y'all the second that the public starts to get a hint of what's going on, things could get sticky. Things could get messy. People start reaching out to the girl. People start reaching out to you. It's like you open this whole can of worms that a lot of times, like Preem said, when you keep things private and you keep things on the low, things run smooth. And what you do is you build a strong enough foundation to the point where when you are ready to go public, whatever might come to the light, as long as it's nothing too extreme, it isn't strong enough to broke the bond that y'all just created.
I think also you have to take into play with that, how significant is your other? If this is your wife, husband type situation, that's different than somebody you're dating. Because what if you don't want people on your social media to see when things go wrong?
That's true.
Like,
But I mean, no relationship is perfect. Like,
I mean, no
everybody's gonna have
relationship
ups
is
and
perfect,
downs.
but if every other year
I don't think you
got
should
a
be
new
going
dude up
to-
on your Facebook
If you're
page,
the type
you
of
look
person that's
crazy.
going to social media with like your problems, though, then you're creating.
No, I
drama
don't
for
even mean as
yourself.
far as
Like,
that. Like, so if we look at your page in 2012, you was dealing with this dude, you all posted up with him. Then 2015 is something. Dude, you got to realize
That's not OD. Like, I feel
do.
like
I
this
think
is
it's
my
too
thing.
much. I think it's too much.
I feel like you definitely need to be dealing with a person for a certain amount of time before you go showing them off anyway. Like,
I think you got.
I think you have to feel.
with me before you go
I
out.
have to love you.
Yeah.
I literally have to be in love with you before I post you. But
Yo.
I'm just saying, like, if we're supposedly in love and like you never want people to see like. I just
wasn't
find that
hiding the
weird.
world for my kid. I was hiding my kid.
That would be weird for me.
And you know what else too? There's a grace period in the beginning. It takes a while to be able to tell if the person is really for you.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't want
10
to meet
years.
somebody like them, and in 2 weeks I'm posting them, talking about them, but then they show me the true them in 6 weeks.
Right,
So now I'm not
exactly.
with them no more. So now
Man,
I
you
have
look
to
crazy. You gotta
explain.
delete
Yeah.
pictures and
Yeah.
you look
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
out here.
But also, I will say something that plays into this: physical attraction, and that's something we're gonna say for another show. But honestly, the more attractive a partner, and this is just me. For some people, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
But to me, the more attractive the person is, the more likely I'm gonna want to show them off.
Right.
I could meet a girl, but I mean, if this girl.
I see. I never like show and tell. Like I never like show and tell.
I can see
Even
how
in
that can
school,
make
I
a
never
woman
liked show
feel
and
like
tell.
though, like, oh,
And
like,
I
he must
that
think I'm
brings
busted.
Envy onto like, as soon as you post your girl, it's gonna be 20 different dudes in there trying to holler at your girl because they think they're a higher caliber dude than you.
But then again, do you know what? It all depends on your personality, because if you're the type to show off what you got, that's like me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got this good ass haircut today by my barber Stephen Hines. I'ma show it off.
Right.
I got these custom made Vans by Ray Frazier that she made. I'ma show them all. I'm the type of person that when I get something of value, something I'm proud of, I like to show it off. Some people like to count their blessings in the dark.
Right.
They like to be on the low. They don't want
Which is
people to-
okay, too.
So it all depends. If you're the type of person that's showing off every single purchase you make, everything you buy, every trip you go on, but then when you get a girl,
Yeah,
you want to
you
keep her on the
bugging.
low.
Right.
Something's going on.
Yeah, that's
But if-
that's
you know what I mean?
See, and I'm the exact opposite. You would never know what I have. I could have $1 million in the bank right
I
now.
don't see
and
you
would
post
never know.
anything though, so I wouldn't even expect someone
I
like
thought
you
he was a fake
to
page
post.
for a while.
Yeah.
I thought he was a fake page. I didn't know. I
I
called
don't
my
really
man.
rock with
Nah, I
Facebook
feel
like
you,
that.
like-
Yo, like you know, Rod. He was like, nah, I don't know.
Well, I'm not from here, so you wouldn't know.
But then he came and pulled up on me. He
When
had
I
the hustle
when I
of
look
the-
at
Not funny.
when I look at your IG versus like your Facebook, I be mad confused. Like, is this the same person?
Yeah, I don't look like.
Because I don't feel like you're hella active on IG either, but like your follower count doesn't match. Like, I don't even think you care that you have that many followers. It's just
I
like
don't.
they're there. I'm not gonna cater to them unless I feel like it. Like,
No, but did you see the most recent picture he posted from like 1981?
yes,
He
I
was
did.
the one
see
dude with the big ass
that. He said
collarbone?
1984.
Oh, that's the homie. What's
my
good up
God.
to no good. Shout out
I
to
looked
him.
him up. He's booming. What does he
That's
do?
Yeah.
He's a film director, right?
Film director, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I
That's
looked at his
07,
page,
by
too.
the way. What was you like, 2?
Man, shout out to any black man doing more than the average. Man. Shout out to him.
Yeah, that was cool. So I mean, yeah. So as far as hiding your significant other, you can't hide me. Period. So, yeah.
And make sure that the flight ticket is on
Yeah,
time.
have that
and spell
booked.
my
Flew
E.
out.
Get Eda Spencer
I be
right
booked and busy.
Religion. We talking religion. Do 80s and 90s babies follow religion in 2019?
Do we participate like our elders
Not at all.
did.
And it's sad. And this is coming from a person. I'm very religious.
I mean, I remember being in youth groups, Dan's
very
picking me up, all types of.
I was in church 3 nights
Goes
a week.
along with sports.
3 days a week I was
Yeah.
in church. I was in church Thursday night. You could wear regular clothes. So all the kids would come, regular clothes. Sundays we had church, and then Saturdays we was in a tent. Outside we was in a tent. So, you know what I'm saying? I come from a very religious household, and honestly, now that I'm older, I think that this era of young people are more awake. We're more conscious. So we're not just accepting anything that we read in the Bible. We're not accepting things so we're starting to challenge more things, religion being one of them. And I think that the fact that almost nothing in religion can actually be proven makes it easy to challenge it and not. So that's why you see more people.
And
not
we have
really
more of the
believing in it.
information. We have like, the internet and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
right,
Like we have so
exactly.
much
You know, so we have
information
to-
now.
But what I will say is that the fact that you do see less people taking an interest in religion, you see a decline in the morale. You know, I don't see the same morale, the same
That's objective.
values,
That's
the
objective.
same concepts. It's like, for instance, like when I was younger or whatever, like, just something simple as manners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, manners is something like, we sleep, a lot of things are taught in the church. Manners, like, if you think about it, like in church, you're 5, 6 years old, you coming through with a suit. You know what I mean? You're being taught concepts and values, and I feel like now that this generation is distancing themselves from religion, you see a drop in value and morale.
What you think, Prince?
I mean, you can say the same thing about everything. People using drugs, like y'all both in the 80s and 90s would be looked down upon. Like they smoking that reefer. Like what's wrong with them? Like so you can say that about anybody.
In the 80s, they were smoking woolies.
They were smoking crack.
They were smoking woolies.
I get that, but the older people were still looking down on people that would smoke weed. Like, yo, they're wilding, they're into drugs, blase, blase, blah. And it's just a different attitude towards a lot of things, whether it be religion, sports, a whole bunch of things. So I really think that you can't say that it has anything to do with religion. It's just a sign of the times. People aren't into the same old things that they used to be into.
Do you think that has affected like families and stuff like that too? Like us not. Do you think we should get back into church though? Like I don't. Me personally, I don't think I could. Just knowing what I know now, I don't think I could go back into the church.
You know what? I'm about to go out on a limb. I'm gonna say this: the religion that we follow, the structure, the outline, all of that's pretty much outdated. I think that it's time for a new religion.
Revamp.
You look at something like what Kanye West was doing. If you could combine Kanye West with like the teachings of Nipsey Hussle. So from the musical aspect, you have a modern sound that people like, that they can vibe to. They can really, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's just the musical aspect, though.
Huh?
What does this have to do with God's word?
You got to think about it. Like, what is God's word really? You know what God's word? God's word is really a man's word. But this man is saying
that's
that
totally opposite of
God
what religion
speaking
is. Like, you trying to start something new.
That's exactly what religion is.
You
Jesus
trying to
Christ
start?
was a man.
Are you trying to
Jesus Christ-
start a new religion? Is that what you're saying?
Honestly,
or a new way of practicing religion?
To be honest, the
And
way that I
what
look at
religion? There's so much like
And the way that I look at religion, almost every religion is the same.
I feel the same.
The story is the same. You got
Yeah.
Muhammad, you got Jesus, you got the Ten Commandments, you got, you know what I mean? A lot of the concept of that, but basically whatever religion you are is just the twist on the same story. So like something like Islam and something like Christianity, there's a lot of similarities,
right.
but it's like it's a different twist. I think that we should create our own twist. Our own twist.
Isn't everybody kind of living like that now though? Like everybody has their own views and concept of religion.
Yes, they are, but there's no structure. I think that if you read the Bible references a lot about something like slavery. Slavery, that's not the way to work. Now look, back in the days, it wasn't looked at as like the transatlantic slave trade. That was the way the world worked. Like slavery was like labor. You worked like that's why. Now that's outdated. You look at something like look at the things that Nipsey Hussle was teaching. It was a gospel. Pay attention to it. It wasn't really spiritual before the moment.
I get what you're saying.
I mean,
more spiritual, and we
You know
can
what
see
I'm
that
saying?
from his mother where he got that. But.
And even the teachings, the way he was teaching about family and the way he was teaching about energy and taking care of your body and nutrition and the way you should walk your path and even his life, he wasn't perfect. He came from a life of crime. To be honest, even when he died, I feel like he was still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think that we need a new. If we were to develop develop a new religion that people can relate to, 80s and 90s baby, we would see more 80s and 90s babies getting involved. Shout out Kanye West, another black man that's done a lot for the black community.
Well, anyway,
I'm curious as to how you would structure
that. Question is kind of, I mean, that answer was kind of confusing.
As a matter of fact,
we'll touch back on it another day because I want to make sure that this stays on time so we can get it uploaded quickly.
If you want to know, watch the Killer Mike special. Like, make sure you watch. Yeah, you being funny. I like that version. Watch the Killer Mike special that he has on Netflix. And watch the episode that he had about starting his own religion.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, something similar.
Where he started Little Africa.
That concept was something a little more serious.
Okay.
But come on, let's go.
I respect that.
All right, removing the female symbol from tampons. Have you ever heard about this? Always is it tampons or pads? It's both?
Both.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Always, they handle feminine hygiene products. That's the correct name for them. And they want to remove women from the Always, was it the Venus symbol? Or okay.
Venus,
yeah, they wanted to get rid of that because that's offensive to transgender. I was confused whether it's transgender men or women who's actually using the product.
Neither.
You can't just,
Neither.
stick a... I'm not trying to... You can't stick a battle.
I'm trying to figure out where are they bleeding out of or why.
Man, like, did it used to be a man or is it a man now?
No,
a transgender man
now.
Is a woman who now identifies as a man.
You see, look, that was a trick question. A transgender man is a woman. It's a woman, people. And that's the problem. I was reading this. Look, shout out my wife. She's watching Amani and Stevens. If y'all need your hair done,
hey,
shout
girl.
out Ye. Ye's Touch the Hair Collection. She booming the Ye's Touch Hair Studio on 178 Avenue. I got this topic from a post on her wall.
Yeah.
A transgender man is a woman. I don't care about your label. I don't care how you identify yourself. Right. And that's a problem.
See, that's the problem right there. You don't care. But this is how these people identify themselves.
Yeah, some people do care.
That's not up for you to care about how somebody identifies
I don't have a problem with how they identify themselves, but why now you're just making something out of nothing.
Well, they didn't do
how
that.
Does
the
this
people that own
you?
the company did that.
Because
that's not their fault.
Yeah, they didn't do that for no reason. They were obviously getting complaints from this group of people.
I don't know. I think a lot of people do stuff like this for publicity.
So you don't think any trans people were like coming for them at all?
I don't.
My thing is this. No matter what you think you identify as, nothing overrides reality. Mm-hmm. That will always be the case. Perfect example, pedophilia. There are literally 40-year-old men right now that feel that they identify as an 8-year-old. And they're sexually attracted to other, and they want to be in relationships with other children. But you know what? It doesn't matter what you think you identify as, because according to your birth certificate, you was born 2 years after Supreme in 1965.
This shit is dangerous.
I'm born in 1981
because of that reason.
Record, and I believe you were born in the 80s as well.
Little brother.
Almost
it's just like Dave.
Little brother. Like, yo, you my little brother. Like, what are you talking about?
It's just like Dave Chappelle said. Like, you can't just wake up and be like, oh, I identify as an Asian man. Like, you're black. Then that's not going to change. Like, we can't just decide we want to identify as white people. Like,
another thing too, I think that things like this are really making the rest of the world despise the LGBTQIA community. And those last two letters, I didn't even make up. Those are actually letters, are officially a part of it. I feel that they make something out of nothing.
Yeah, that's what I was just
constantly.
saying.
That's very stereotypical.
This is not a thing.
Like, why even remove the Venus symbol? Why? Like, who's
You're
really
acting like they
that?
did that. This company did that. This is a marketing scheme, and y'all falling for it.
I think somewhat. I don't believe that trans people have been complaining
about Always products like now.
I don't know.
It's coming up on people's Facebook.
I don't know.
I
never had to, because I never had to deal with this much fluidity as far as what people decide they want to,
Yo, but
I think we had a representative from the transgender community in here, but like I wasn't even thinking about that. Like real.
Maybe that person wasn't, but I've seen trans people online going in about stuff that they don't need to be concerning themselves with.
I was about to pull up an inbox. It's like, look,
it's just like you said on the last episode. It's like people want. It's like we can't have opinions about them, but they can have their opinions about us. It's the same thing. It's like,
I mean, I get that, but this isn't them doing that. This is a company saying that this is what they did.
We don't know what this stems from.
Skeptical.
No, but
we don't know what it stems from.
It's clearly saying the reason why Always is removing that symbol is because people felt offended.
Right.
No straight person is going to be offended.
Wait a minute.
That's the
What if they
LGBT community.
remove that symbol from the thing? Like, man, you know what? Maybe a couple of these ex-dudes might want to use a tampon or something. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe they want to buy,
That's
like,
not the case.
they
You know
can
what the
sell more
reality
products
is?
like that. I'm not mad at them.
You know what the reality is?
I get it from a business perspective,
I'm not
of
mad
course,
at 'em.
but
Even for
Everybody's
business, it's bad
welcome
business.
to use these.
It's bad
How is
business.
it bad business? Because you're prohibiting you're basically saying, hey, if y'all want to use these, it's all good with Always. Matter of fact, we take the women off of it for you. Whoever wants to use it, just
it
go
bothers
ahead and
me
use
because
it.
you know what?
If you want to use it as a
At the end of the day, I am a woman. You're not. You're not. So honestly, I'm the only person here that would really feel offended by something like this. They don't go through the shit I go through once a month.
Wait a minute.
That shit is not.
What the Always box look like.
Well, let me come out with a confession right here. I like to wear Secret women's deodorant.
No,
because it's pH
that's
balanced
not.
for a woman,
That's not
but it's
the
strong
same.
enough for a man. Like,
That's totally different. That's totally
The
different.
truth behind the matter is the LBG community, they run down.
They
They
do.
run down. Yo, we live in 2019. Do you know that in California?
And
you
sometimes
are
I
not-
respect it. Not this time.
Look,
But
watch this. In California, you are not allowed to say mailman anymore or manhole. The term manhole, mailman.
I heard
you
about
can't
that. I
use
heard
those
about
I
terms
that.
think
anymore.
that's more discriminatory against men.
This is the LBGT community that is doing all of this.
But
'Cause
who's
they're
necessarily
picking up
going down
power.
there and fixing the sewers and stuff? Men.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that's more of an attack against men than the LGBT community. I don't think it has anything to
okay,
do with
well
that.
that. So you're saying that's the LGBT community
No.
attacking men, or what are you saying?
No, I'm saying that society in general is trying to take these labels away. Male, man.
No
male,
one
woman.
complained until the LGBTQ
complained about
community
that?
did.
No,
We didn't
no.
care.
My thing
I
is
think
this.
women complained about that one.
My thing is this: you're saying
Nah.
let anybody buy tampons? No,
Why not?
there's no reason for a man to have
So why
tampons.
weren't you offended when Gillette put
What
out
are
a
you
com-
doing with a tampon?
Listen, why weren't you offended when Gillette put out a commercial with the trans man shaving with her father? You didn't see that? That was a couple months ago.
I saw that.
I didn't see the commercial, but the reason why I won't be offended is because nowadays with hormone pills, trans men.
Right.
have
Wait a
that
minute,
right.
that doesn't make sense right there. Because if I take the effort to take hormone pills, I'm gonna be proud of the little scraggly hairs I got on my chin.
Maybe they want it lined up a certain way. Yeah.
Oh, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lined up. Everybody, your beard don't be all scraggly. Your joint lined up
Yo,
right now.
when they get on them hormones, it don't come in like that, bro. And they
So what?
they be
I
sticking
see
on to
patchy
the-
dudes
yo,
line their shit up all the time.
Listen, yo.
Not with a
Listen,
razor blade. Not
what
with
I
a
wanna
razor.
say
There's a
about
difference
this-
between clipper and razor blade.
I am afraid with the direction that society is headed, and I am afraid to see the world that my children are going to have to live in.
No trans women are menstruating. Period. They don't need tampons.
You don't need
They can buy
mean-
them. They can buy them with the Venus symbol. on
Hey,
them.
I
You
wish
a
I had a
man.
couple dollars. I'm gonna put out the first transgender tampon.
Yeah,
This
go
month.
ahead and do it.
Whatever.
You do have to wipe your ass, so you just take a shit. You
Yo,
throw tampon
hey
in,
man, I'm
keep it
not
pushing, but
knocking
there's
Always
no
for getting their
purpose.
money.
Yo,
I'm
look,
not knocking
always
Always.
y'all doing too much.
As a woman, you're
Take
doing
it
too
from
much.
me, y'all
Definitely.
doing too much.
Definitely.
Shout out to the LGBT. Shout out to Always.
Yes,
If
shout
you're
out
trying
to
book
them.
Me to come in. I'm getting my.
I
plug
love
on.
my
I'm
LGBTQs,
DJ
but
too.
come on now. I know even some of my friends is like, all right, like,
Yeah.
All right, while we on this subject, real quick, because we got like 5 minutes. His battery's about to die. Tank said, "What did Tank?" Make sure I'm saying it exactly right.
ooh,
what
Tank was
said.
wild.
Tank said, "If
Tank said if you, can I say?
if you give oral
don't even
sex, to a
Yeah,
man,
I was gonna say it in a very raunchy way. So primo.
I mean, we trying to keep this remotely
Yeah.
clean, but he's perfect.
I'm about to talk about Tank, y'all.
Tank
he
said
said-
if you give oral sex one time to a man, that doesn't make you get. Oh no.
Do you agree?
And you try it again to see if you like, it.
I think it
That
all
doesn't
goes,
make
let
you
me
gay.
Go back. Like, this might sound crazy, but I think it goes back to always what we said before. Like, you can't tell people what to identify as. So if that's how that man feels in his mind, hey, man,
It's not
whatever.
about telling. To be honest, you can't really. It's not about what you identify as. If you take a meat in the mouth and you are a
But
man,
if you don't think that you're
gay.
Nah, if you
There's no
don't
way
think
around it.
you can't make somebody gay off of your standards if
I'm
they don't
not
feel like
making
they're
them
gay.
gay.
They don't
That
feel like
meat-
they're gay.
But
soon
I have
as-
a question. How do you not know off the first time that you didn't enjoy it or not? Like, that's what I'm confused about.
If you don't
Because if
succeed
you
the
go
first
back a
time,
second time,
try
that makes
again.
you gay. Like, I don't give a
To be honest
damn.
with you, the second you even start getting those thoughts, it's like, yo, you know what, yo? I wonder if a man mouth.
I mean, that's such a sensitive
Gay.
subject, bro.
Even if you don't even act on it, even if you don't act on it.
I don't think
Just
it's
the fact
fair.
that
I don't think
thought
that's
crossed
fair.
your
I don't
I don't
mind.
think that's fair because I feel like, and
I don't
y'all
think
are
that's
not gonna
fair to
like me
label
saying
people
this,
like
but I
that.
think most people in general have had homosexual thoughts. I don't think everyone's acted on them, and that's what differentiates
Nah,
people
I don't
from
know.
being gay and
Like,
stuff
what
like
type
that.
of thoughts
but
are you talking about?
I think
like, if I
everyone's
see something
Wow.
on TV, like, if I see some gay shit on TV,
I
it's
turn.
on my mind. Like, you know what I'm just saying, like that. But I don't sit back. I could confidently say I've never sat
I'm not
back
saying
and thought,
everyone. I just said
Like,
most
yo,
people.
like, yo, like,
I really
what
think
about-
most people have.
And
So
to
do
be
you
honest-
agree? Give me the go. Let's because the
Yo.
battery's running short.
Tank is gay. I'm sorry.
Hey, well, listen,
Just to
Tank-
even say, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with gay. Look, gay people, I rock with y'all. You know what I mean? I got gay people in my family. I got gay people watching my live right now. But Tank is one of y'all. And I'm just keeping it
Tank
above.
is definitely borderline.
Tank is married with children. He didn't say that he
That
did it.
don't
Some of
mean
the most prolific gay
Yup,
men
exactly.
are married with children.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm trying to-
Say that, brother.
Tank is one of them.
Say that.
Tank is one of them.
I'm gonna give you the groat on this one.
So-
Tank is definitely a suspect. to
So
me.
let me just ask you this about Tank. So this funny because his name is Tank and he's out
No pun intended.
So
His name is
he just has a gay male stripper like name.
yeah, like I can't even you can't even defend Tank on
Tank.
this one, bro.
You gotta change your name now, bro.
Tank and Malik Yoba album coming soon.
Sugar Tank.
Sugar Tank. Oh
Sugar
no.
Tank. Yo, Sugar Tank with the new album, man.
Sugar
man,
Tank
make sure y'all
Volume
go cop
1.
that.
All right, so yeah, shout out to Tank. Whatever you like, whatever you
floats
want
your
to
boat,
do.
brother.
Yeah, but yeah, that
I'm not
does it for
shouting
this
Tank out, but
episode
yeah.
He
the
said
Inner
oral
Circle.
2 times.
The Inner Circle.
He said twice, right?
Yes.
That does it for this episode of the Inner Circle. Appreciate everybody for joining us.
Yes,
Everybody
thank
still
y'all.
alive. Hopefully, no one from the LBGT was offended by
Please don't be offended.
his comments
Yeah.
because I didn't say
I'm
them.
wearing a pink sweater.
Yo.
I'm wearing a pink sweater. Wait, is
Strawberry
it breast
milk.
cancer awareness?
Yes, it is.
It is, right? Shout out to breast cancer
Month.
awareness. And you're wearing pink.
I thought it was like domestic violence month.
I think this
Could
both
be
of them,
both.
but yeah.
Could be both.
Both of them?
It might be
Happy,
both. Definitely breast cancer.
Yeah, shout out to everyone that's
All the
gotten through that
survivors.
struggle with
Absolutely.
that. And if you lost
And another
anyone,
thing, too,
prayers go out to them.
And on a more serious note, while we're talking about cancer, you know, since we have a black cast, for some reason, I don't know why, I'm not a scientist, but breast cancer is running rampant through the black community.
Men and women.
Men and women. You know, like our diets, the way we're taking care of our bodies, the thing we're putting in our bodies, like we really got to start taking care of ourselves. There's a war being fought outside and nobody's safe from it.
Absolutely.
You can run, but you can't hide forever. From these streets that we done took. Keep walking with your head down,
What's
scared.
that? So 1980 Cypress
MC
Hill?
Preem.
If you know,
He really rock with Cypress Hill. He's funny.
how do you quote a rap lyric from the infamous Mobb Deep? And
I'm like,
act
was that
and act
Cypress Hill?
you
'Cause he
wasn't
keeps
deep,
saying
and act
it.
like you wasn't like 8 when this came out, bro.
Oh, you know what's funny?
You was 8. I was 13, bro.
I thought I was quoting Cam. Remember New York City?
Oh
There's a
yeah,
war
no,
going on
that was.
outside.
He said, I thought I was scrolling.
Nah, that was.
Yo, that's real.
3 feet.
That's
Hey,
real.
look,
That's real.
You
That's
did,
real.
So shout out Cam, man.
Nah, man, this guy, like, we can't even have hip hop conversations with this guy no more. He don't know Mobb Deep from Cam. God
Yo, I
damn.
love it, Mobb Deep.
God damn.
With the Mobb.
Thank you
R.I.P.
so much,
Prodigy.
y'all. Thank you for tuning in. We love you guys. And you can follow me, Roasty _Perez on IG and Avita Spencer on Facebook.
That's the side effects from being a Jehovah's Witness. You don't even know
Yo, look,
prophecy
y'all.
lyrics from
Follow me.
We love you, Jay.
Chris Gibbs MM on Twitter, Snapchat, and what's the other one? MySpace and Instagram.
Instagram.
You know what I'm saying? Catch me on Facebook, Chris Gibbs. A lot going on. The Inner Circle is actually sponsoring our Halloween jam for kids.
Yep.
shout that
All
out.
kids are free. 140 Grand Street in Albany. It's going to be a great time. We got DJ Ketchup. Everybody come through. Have a nice time.
That's what it is.
Chocolate
Make sure you
wasted,
follow me
y'all.
on everything at Rodney B. Moore. You know the effing vibes.
Oh yeah, follow the Inner Circle show on IG too.
Yeah, that too.